Hey guys, it's Lo-Fi, and I'm here to give you my review of the G502 Lightspeed after using it for about a year. So the Logitech G502 Lightspeed is the wireless version of the legendary G502, which has been loved by the gaming community ever since it came out and has, since its original release, sparked over 6 versions of the same mouse, with the Lightspeed being the latest. So what made it so great then? Well, I'll tell you. The G502 has always been a great value for money. For as low as $30, you could get 11 programmable buttons, those being the mouse 4 and 5 buttons on the side with an extra sniper button on the same side. You have the DPI up and down by default next to the left click. You have the DPI shift up on top of the mouse. You have the scroll lock unlock wheel, and then you have the mouse scroll click, but not just down, another button to the left and to the right. So as you can see with that, you have an absolute truckload of buttons that are not in the way, like the numpad design on an MMO mouse, like my Razer Trinity there. They're all easily accessible no matter how you hold on to the mouse. Now if you went, wait a minute, what was that scroll lock unlock thing you said? Well, the G502 has always had the great feature of being able to unlock your mouse scroll wheel, which means with the press of a button, you can make your mouse go from normal increments to just free roam roll. What the use of this is, you might say? Well, it will make browsing websites, scrolling up and down documents, such a breeze you won't believe. This is not for most a mouse selling feature, but keep in mind that this mouse, the G502 that generally, the cabled one, has gone as low as $30. Not the Lightspeed though, we'll get to the price of that later. And another very distinct feature of the G502 has always been its shape. So with a very ergonomic shape, this feels great for right-handed users. If you're a left-handed user, this mouse will not work for you, so you need to look at something else, like the G Pro Wireless, for example. But for those right-handed people, like me, I have very fat fingers and very big hands. The G502 has always fit like a glove. It has a nice thumb rest on the side, which will keep my fat thumb off the mouse pad, and the profile is still low enough so that I don't have to cup my hand that much when I'm using it. Overall, the shape has always felt just right for me. And did you think we're done with extra features? Nope. Another thing the G502 has always come with is the option to open the cover under the mouse and add extra weights if you want a beefier mouse. Now these days, when everybody is looking for the lightest possible mouse, I don't know who would actually use this feature. Back in the day, I used to put like 2 weights in there just for some reason. But I mean, you have an option to increase it with I think 6 3.6 gram weights, which is nuts considering the G502 is definitely not the lightest mouse on the market, with the cabled one being 121 grams, usually, most of the models, and the Lightspeed being 114 grams. It's definitely not the lightest mouse, so the ability to add more weight is kind of a weird one, but hey, it's there. So, I mean, customization, I guess. Now enough about the G502 in general, let's talk about the Lightspeed version. The first reason I was hesitant to go for the Lightspeed version was the wirelessness. How I saw wireless mice was that, I mean, I'm just gonna have to keep charging it, and it's gonna run out of battery at the exact wrong moment. And then I'm gonna have to look for the cable and try to get it in there, and it's gonna be clunky. I need to have another mouse that I can use. While that one's charging, it's gonna charge for hours, and it's just gonna be a whole thing. Luckily, every single point of that was done mute by the G502 Lightspeed. First off, the battery life. Without RGB on, you can get a 60 hours of use. And that is 60 hours of use, not just 60 hours on. So when you're not moving the mouse, when you're not using it, it disables itself, like every wireless mouse should. And it only turns on when you move it. There's no delay, there's just no issues. That actually makes it possible for me to easily get a week's use of a charge. And when I do need to charge it, it comes with a 1.9 meter cable, a very high quality braided micro USB cable. Yeah, it's micro USB charging, but the mouse charges fully in 90 minutes. 90 minutes for a week's use. 10 minutes for an hour of use. That is good. The charging cable also comes with this little extender. So you have your basic USB dongle that you plug into your USB port on your PC, but you have this extender piece here that you can just plug in to the end of the charging cable, and then you just throw your dongle on this, and now you can plug this into the end of the charging cable. What that allows you to do is have your charging cable on your desk right in front of your mouse, so the dongle is getting a clear, crisp connection, no problem. Not that I ever had a problem with it being on the PC, but what this allows you to do is that when you need to charge it, you just simply unplug this and plug the charging cable in. You have everything wired, and using this G502 Lightspeed with the charging cable connected is just like using a normal G502 for an hour. You have to use it for an hour and a half, and you can use it wireless for a week again. Also, the G502 Lightspeed does support power play, so if you have one of those mouse pads, you don't have to worry about charging. You can just keep it on there. Now, the build quality of the mouse is excellent, but that should be expected at this price point. It's sturdy. There's a little G502 general rattling, just a little tiny bit that you can hear when you shake it, but nothing comes loose. Nothing is loose, nothing is gonna pop off. The build quality is solid. The coloring of the mouse is mostly matte black, which is nice, with a little glossy lines going around, which is, it's always been there. I don't mind it, but it's weird. But there's a matte plastic on top at the center here, and the bottom is also matte black plastic. The sides, though, have a lot of rubber and a nice coating to give you that better grip on both sides. Now, all of you looking for RGB, there's some, but not a lot. The only things that light up are the logo on top of the mouse and the little DPI lights. But for me, who really doesn't use RGB, especially at the cost of 12 hours of battery life, this is no issue to me. But if you're one of those people who want their setup to light up like a Christmas tree, then you might be disappointed. The feet are made of some nice PTFE, so they're very, very sturdy, and they have not shown anywhere after the use I've put it through. That being said, the whole mouse has not shown any signs of aging. For me, using this mouse, putting it through its paces, for sure, for the last year. Despite the skin cells and muck that comes from my hand, it's basically brand new. Now this sensor is top notch. I mean, it's as good as a mouse sensor can be. It's the Hero 25K from Logitech, which offers you 1000 hertz polling rate, like everything should at this price point especially. But it also allows you to fine-tune your DPI right where you want it. It's in 50 increments of 50, so I mean all the way to 25.6 thousand. So if you can't find a DPI from there, the problem's in you, not the mouse. And there's absolutely no variation in the sensor accuracy, whether you're moving it slowly or very fast. So the sensor is just great. Now I've mentioned the price several times, but I've never said it. The Lightspeed version of the G502 retails around $150, with sales putting it at $120 every now and then. That price puts it definitely at the top of the price chart. But at least for me, it has been worth every penny. And if you have the money to spare and you love the G502, you will not be disappointed by this. The mouse has served me as my daily driver for a year now, and I have no intention of changing it until it wears out, and that will take a while. Considering my last two mice have also been G502s, among other stuff as a secondary driver, I mean, it just hasn't let me down so far. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you liked it. If you liked it, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. That was actually okay. That might work.